Welcome to today's talk. Today I want to discuss on how to start an aquaculture enterprise. Previously, I've had one-on-one discussions with farmers who attempted doing fish farming but ended up failing. And from our discussions, I did realize that the problem was actually at the beginning. Their planning was not done well, or some did not plan at all. We are told that failing to plan is actually planning to fail. And that's why today I want to give a brief talk on what one needs to do before venturing into an aquaculture business. What I'm referring to as the planning before the operations, the pre-aquaculture activities. Before one ventures into the aquaculture business, there are very key considerations that he or she must address. The very first one, the very first consideration is the source of water. Fish needs water to survive. There is no fish without water, but there's water without fish. So any aspiring farmer must be sure of the source of water for the entire production cycle. The water can be obtained from a spring or a stream, or a river or a lake. The water can also be obtained from a borehole, or the rainwater can also do. Once the source of water is assured, the next item is space. The rearing unit has to be put in some space, be it an earthen pond, be it a raised tank, be it a portable canvas pond. It needs some space. So availability of space is also very critical. The third and very important consideration, where most farmers get it wrong, is availability of capital to run the entire production cycle. Before you start doing aquaculture as an enterprise or even subsistence, it is good enough to know how much resources you require to run the entire enterprise and the source of that capital or its availability. You need to put in place measures so that resources are made available when required. I know it could be a challenge to know what exactly you require. So before you start, it's advisable that you consult experts and other industry players to do with you an enterprise budget, so that you know how much you will require at what point and where you are going to source the money. It is not good that you gamble at some point, thereby missing on key inputs where the farming would be compromised. Remember, an input like a fish feed, if not provided in good time, would result to stunted growth, which will result to poor harvest at the end. So source of capital is very key and has to be handled in a very prudent manner. Once you are sure of the capital, then the next item to consider is the source of your seed, or what we call fingerlings. At this stage, you need to do benchmarking, you need to do market survey, you need to scout and identify the best hatcheries that give quality seed. You can consult experts, you can talk to other farmers who have succeeded, or you can just do physical visits to all the hatcheries around and see what they do and ask questions. Remember, the product is in the seed. A wrong seed will give a wrong product. A quality seed will give a quality product. So you have to be sure of your source of the seed, and you will somehow be guaranteed of the returns. After identifying the source of the seed, then you will require to identify the source of your feed. Fish feed accounts for over 70% of the inputs in aquaculture enterprise, and as such, it must be handled very carefully. You need to know who are the producers of quality feed, who are the distributors of quality feeds, which brand is quality feed, and where is it found? What is the cost of this quality feed? What is the availability of this quality feed? So that when you start, you'll exactly know where you'll source your feed without strain. After identifying the seed and the feed, then you now need to consider the market for your produce. Remember, you are doing this as a business, and you cannot just produce then start marketing once the produce is out. You need to do market survey, identify your target market, and project the proportion of the market that you could control at harvest. I mean, try to estimate your market share of the target market. So marketing has to be done before harvesting. And before you start, you need to know the target market, as this would guide your level of productivity. Just before I finish, it is worth noting that an aquaculture enterprise, when run properly and in the right manner, is profitable. It is estimated that a farmer who rears 1,000 pieces of tilapia fingerlings and does correct management practices right from planning till harvesting shall raise a net profit of about 30,000 Kenya shillings or $300. This is after subtraction of all the expenses, including labor. So you can imagine 30,000 in a span of 6 months. That is averagely 5,000 per month on the lower side. And you know, doing after business, you'll not be working there for 8 hours. You can do other things. And again, 1,000 fish would require a very small space. Suppose you had 10,000 fish, that could be a different story. So aquaculture, in short, is profitable. It is a good source of income. It can change our lives and livelihoods, but only if planned well and managed well. I want to stop there for today and allow you to synthesize that in the event of some questions, some concerns, or were in doubt, or what is not clear from this talk, do not hesitate to reach me. My contacts are 0100 883402. Reach me any time of the day and we discuss. My interest is to see aquaculture grow in Kenya and in Africa. Thank you, and God bless you.